Even though we're just a few weeks into the wipe, we're already seeing meta gun builds everywhere. And don't get me wrong, it's fun to use these high fire rate, instantly ADSing, zero recoil builds, but there are several guns in Tarkov that are absolutely slept on. And what I mean by that is you hardly ever see anyone using them despite their low cost and great features. So today we're looking at the top 5 most slept on guns in Tarkov and what makes them great. Let's get started. Number 5. The VEPR series of semi-automatic AK rifles. These rifles are neutered civilian versions of the venerable AKM, and although they're almost always passed up by Tarkov players, they offer many unique advantages. First off, in the 7.62 variant, you have an early wipe semi-automatic rifle that can shoot 7.62 PS or BP rounds from easily sourced 30-round magazines. Not only that, but you can outfit these rifles with tons of modifications that aren't available to its low-level or early wipe counterpart, the SKS. In the 3.66 caliber option, you can use the 3.66 AP rounds, which performs very well against even higher tier armor classes, and the icing on the cake is that as soon as Chads see that it's a VEPR and not an AK rifle, you'll most likely be getting your rifle back in insurance even if you die. And the 3.66 suppressors are super cheap. Number 4. The MP133 shotgun. A shotgun in the right hands is a force to be reckoned with. And typically when you see shotguns wielded by PMCs, it's the Saiga 12 or MP153 semi-auto, or maybe the new MP155. But the MP133 is actually a great option considering its price point. Sure, you can't spam it quite as fast as the MP153, but your PMC can actually work that pump pretty dang quick to get the rounds down range. Not only that, but it comes stock with a 6-round magazine, where the MP153 requires you to purchase an upgrade to get more than 4 rounds. And coming in at around 23,000 rubles, it's super cheap to boot, and never, ever, ever gets looted. I recently used this shotgun with a very simple setup, only a red dot and a choke to complete almost all of my scav killing quests this wipe. And I even got some shooter-born in heaven kills on Shoreline by using the hilariously cheap FTX light slugs. I also found it to be extremely effective for rushing the sawmill on woods and getting easy kills on Sturman. So if you want to see what a shotgun can really do for cheap, absolutely give the MP133 a try. Number 3. The one, the only, Kedr. The Kedr and me go way back to when I was first learning Tarkov and when I first got myself used to playing solo. I wanted to learn the reserve map, but none of my buddies at the time shared my desire as they thought the map was too hard. After losing many kits to super armored Chads, I learned about flesh damaging ammunition and found that the Kedr, when armed with SP7 rounds, is absolutely lethal to PMCs, regardless of what armor they're wearing. The base Kedr is only 21,000 rubles, and the fancy suppressed Kedr B is only 36,000 rubles, and you don't need to outfit it with anything else. Pick up some SP7 rounds from Prapor once you hit level 3 loyalty, and with a whopping 77 damage per round paired with an extremely high fire rate, you can disintegrate the kneecaps or faces of opponents with surprising ease. It's so good, in fact, that I credit the Kedr for allowing me to make my first 100 million rubles on my first wipe. Just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's bad, so give this one a try. Number 2. The SV98. Whether you love sniping or hate it with a passion, if you want to progress through your quests, you will have to spend some time with bolt actions quite a bit. For some reason, the player base seems to only make one of 2 choices when it comes to bolt guns, the Mosin or the DVL. But it's my opinion that the SV98 is one of the best bolties in the game, and you should never ever choose a Mosin over it. First off, you have 10-round interchangeable magazines that come standard, which means no more top-loading your rounds one by one. Second is that its bolt cycle speed is quite fast, making running and gunning with it very much possible. And last but not least is its price. It's almost 20,000 rubles cheaper than a Mosin, despite it having better stats and features in nearly every category. Pair it with 7N1, or now as it's called 7.6254R PS, and it has one of the best balances between penetration and flesh damage. So stop using Mosins for cheap throwaway bolt actions and treat yourself to an SV98. Number 1. The KelTec RFB. The RFB is a new addition to Tarkov, and like most players, I was eager to try it out and initially wasn't all that impressed. It's semi-auto only, can't accept many attachments, and seemed like a poor option when compared to other guns in its class. But with this new wipe, I was forced into using it as I couldn't purchase anything better, and similar options were more than double the price. And after I gave it a worthy test drive, now I'm wondering why I don't see it used more often. Outfitting the RFB is cheap because the gun simply doesn't allow you to equip fancy things like lights and lasers. Simply attach the scope you like, I prefer the Alcan Spectre DR, and a suppressor or other muzzle device, forward grip, and you're pretty much good to go. While the RFB won't win any awards in its recoil or ergo stats, it can spew out hard-hitting 7.62 NATO ammunition at a respectable pace with 20 or 30 round magazines that also fit in an SA-58. I found this gun to excel in almost all areas, including CQB as well as long-range sniping, and I completed the majority of Shooter Born in Heaven with this gun. Out of all the weapons I've used so far this wipe, I've used the RFB the most, and I've survived over 20 raids with it and got it back in insurance 3 times. If you want a do-everything gun that can go toe-to-toe with the Chads but not spend a lot of money, the RFB might be a great option, and it sounds incredible to boot. Those are the top 5 most slept-on guns in Escape from Tarkov, according to me. But now I need to hear what you guys think. What gun is underrated or seldom ever used in Tarkov but deserves a lot more credit? Post your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to include any attachments or ammo types that really makes the kit come together. I appreciate you guys watching, and don't forget to check out the Twitch stream and join the Discord. Links are in the description. I'll have new videos soon, but until then, I'm Jeff with EUL Gaming. Good luck out there.